Oof.
Hello,
Oof.
we are back.
We're
Lords
back.
of Death.
Hey!
Fuck knows what.
In the campest voice ever after I introduced the Lords of Death. Hey!
Hey!
How you doing?
Positivity,
It's Lords of Death here.
Hiya.
Episode number 5. Number 5. Here we are. 1 week before The Rings of Power drops. Episode 1, Amazon Prime. That highly anticipated. It is. It has become notorious. I don't know if you guys know much about this, but it's got a it's got pretty bad rap already before it's even started.
It's not even been released.
So yeah, what's been going down is the hardcore Tolkien fans, have been slating it. Everything that they do, they tear into it.
The word hardcore in Tolkien doesn't really go.
Yeah, easy.
There's quite a few people are like proper fans.
Yeah, there are
Like proper.
They orcs.
They probably do look like that. You're not meant to say that, but
They were forged below the.
yeah. So it's going to drop next week. I think it's going to be one of the biggest entertainment activities of the year. I don't think that we've had much else. Maybe Top Gun. Nobody else is really talking about anything else with as much energy that they're talking about Rings of Power at the moment. Marvel's always there, but nobody gives a shit about that anymore.
Rings of Power TV show. What's the other one? The Dragon.
House of the Dragon.
House of the Dragon. No one's watching that, right?
A few people apparently did.
I watched it.
Someone watched it. Apparently, there was a guy in Birmingham who watched it, but I don't believe it.
Just to highlight, I'm not in Birmingham.
If you want to know where he is, listen to the end, and we'll reveal it.
We will.
Some
Location.
bloke I go, woo.
We're giving out people's home addresses.
They'll be outside your window.
We're going to Dave in Birmingham. He's the only fucker who watched it. Woo.
Just one of your loyal fans, Carlos, that's watching. Watch back. What they'll do is they'll zoom into your window. Let me see. Can I make it full screen?
You
Oh,
can
no,
try.
I can't make it full screen. I was trying to make
Fine.
Carlos full
It's
screen.
fine. It's not worth it. You don't want to do that.
That's not working. You must be able to do it.
But we'll stick to the fact that you're saying this is the biggest, probably most talked about. I'm trying to think when was Squid Games? Was that this year or last year?
That was last year.
Here he
Was
is.
it last year?
There.
Oh.
You can zoom into his window, and they'll track it down with some sleuth Batman shit, and they'll figure out where you are.
I can see Black Cat. That's a good Black Cat.
Yes, done by an incredible artist.
Oh, what are these things on
Incredible
the window
artist.
sill? What are they?
Open for commissions. Send a message in the chat. We'll discuss commissions.
Here
I
we
just
go.
do booby stuff. That's it.
Let's have a look over here.
What
What have we got in the
me?
What are we doing in the background? That's what I want to see.
I got a mess
you
going
got-
on. So
What's
I've got
this? What's that?
There is a predator bust.
Oh, it's in work.
Yeah,
Is there any
there
Big
it
Trouble
is.
Little China busts?
Hey,
Figures.
Big Trouble Little China. Oh, that box is down there somewhere.
Somewhere in the pile.
I might have lost it.
Anyway, so Carlos, what do you know about the Rings of Power?
All I know is what I've seen in the trailers
Okay, so you have seen the trailers. So
and the teasers.
okay, we'll talk about that later. Solanke, El Presidente.
I know nothing.
So you actually completely blind
New
coming
to
into
this.
this.
This is good.
Pretty much. I think I did kind of see there was a trailer going on. People reacted to it. I didn't so much watch the trailer as in I watched people bitching about the trailer.
Well, there might be.
I'll give it a
that
go, you know what I mean?
tonight. Okay,
That's
so
it,
I
we'll
think
find out. Before we start, I was going to say, do you want to actually talk about whether you're a fan of it, as in Lord of the Rings in general? Whether you've read any of the books, any of the
my exposure to Lord of the Rings. Let's just do that. So in 2001, I think it was, one of my good friends at school comes up to me, and he was around December time, I think, and he was like, I want to say what he called me. He said, TJ, there's this new film coming at Lord of the Rings. We should go and watch it. I was like, oh, fucking hell. All right, okay, cool. Let's go watch it. And then he goes, you have to go and buy the tickets. I was like, you what? He goes, it's coming out. We've all got an exam that day except for you. So go and buy the tickets and we'll go and watch it. So what I had to do is, it's quite a funny story.
You have to get it for everybody.
In the morning, when everybody else, all these other fuckers had exams, I walked up to the cinema at the top of the road, bought the tickets, came back, and then chilled at home, and then went back and we walked to the cinema and watched it again. That was like my first exposure with anything Lord of the Rings. Yeah, I thought it was great. We saw all three on day of release. After the last one finished, I read the book. I thought it was pretty cool. Then I read The Hobbit. I thought that was pretty cool. Then The Hobbit came out. I thought, this is and then I've forgotten about it since. I've always watched the movies. Yeah, I love the movies. So I do own, I should have brought it up with me, the 4K extended set. For any Lord of the Rings fan, if you haven't seen it in 4K extended, what the fuck are you doing?
It's the ultimate.
Yeah, so that's me. All right, go on, KK.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, so for me, same here. I watched all the films when they came out. It's kind of in the genre that I like anyway. I knew it was based on a book, so when I actually went into the first one, didn't know really. I hadn't read them at that point in time. Was blown away by absolutely love all of the films, but I didn't know it was not going to finish. So I was like, what? When it finished in the first one, like, but I want more. Why has it ended there? And then obviously found out coming out of it, oh, it's 3 books and they're doing 1 book at a time. And obviously heard everything about them filming it back to back and all this and having to wait each year. And then my dad, I think, gave me his old books. He'd read them. They gave me some like a really old copies of it. So I worked through them after the films. Again, I saw the story through the films first. As I say, I absolutely love it. It's one of the films I thought, if you're not feeling well, you want to put something on. If you're ill, stuck at home or something, that's one of the sort of trilogies I'll stick on because it's a really long. You can just put it on in the background. So the extended version.
Have you ever marathoned them?
Yes. The 3 films I have. I think we actually did it with friends.
Extended or basic?
Yes, it was extended.
So you marathoned the extended movies?
Yeah, I think so. They're like 3.5. We did it over a day, like on a weekend.
Aren't they like 2.5, 2.5, 3.5? 2.5, 5.
It was very long.
8.5, 9 hours of.
Like I nearly attempted this once with The Godfather as well.
I did it in a weekend. I watched the first 2 on the Saturday, and Return of the King on the Sunday. I couldn't do it in one sitting.
Yeah, it was. We started early, I think, and then. That's why I'm trying to remember whether we finished it. I feel like we did late. Like we started in the morning. You have to have breaks really. But yeah, good fun. Right. And then The Hobbit came out, and I still enjoyed it. Loved going back to Middle Earth. Liked it, but it's just nowhere near as good. The story's just not as good, and it's kind of bulked out a bit where they didn't need to. So still enjoyed it. Didn't think it was bad, but nothing like Lord of the Rings. So I was very much, as soon as I heard they were doing a show, it was on my radar. I knew about it, which is why I've seen some of the trailers and the teasers. And I was sort of mildly concerned, but kind of hopeful. That's probably the way to put it. So how about you, El Presidente?
Well, there's you guys have read the books. You guys done movie marathons. Watched it on first day coming out as well. Whereas I have hairy feet.
That's the only link.
I've obviously watched the movies. I don't recall going to the cinema to watch them. They were on TV. So sorry, mate. It's all there. They're looking Frodo looks in the camera.
Heresy.
But a bit longingly in the color. Oh, look, I'm leaving. Fuck
so you
off.
didn't experience this in the cinema the way it was meant to be seen?
I don't recall watching the cinema, let's put it that way.
No, you remember it. Right.
I don't really.
Jokes, fantasies, not as much your
fantasy is like, really?
You'll watch it.
It's because Indians don't do fantasy, Carlos. It's not an Indian thing, to be honest.
You know what I mean?
They do singing in the hills of Switzerland. That's what Sri Lanka's into. It's not into fantasy.
Oh, Sound of Music.
Why would I be into that? Let's discuss that for a second, shall we? Why would I be into that?
Sound of Music's very good.
What's wrong with the Sound of Music?
Why would I be into Indian movies?
Highly regarded.
Let's discuss that. Let us spend the next 50 minutes discussing.
We're not dovetailing. We're
yes. Stay on target.
Stay
So,
on target.
anyway, stay on target. Yeah, no.
Sci-fi's more your thing.
I've watched it. I like the tree dudes. They're quite cool. Watch The Hobbit. It's got a dragon in
He
it.
said tree dudes rather than ents.
That was about it, really. So this stuff's coming on TV, and I'll go, yeah, I'll watch it. It looks a bit shit, but I'm not a massive fan
Definitely
anyway.
going to get a full unfiltered review from you. Someone who's not already got a soft spot for.
Well, the thing is, you guys are kind of a little bit fanboys. You know what I mean? So you're, it's amazing, don't believe it. But I'll just tell you as it is. Go on, what are we doing?
This is the first teaser, is it?
First teaser. Let's
This
go.
is the teaser number 1. Well, this is the name reveal. So this is the very first thing that anybody saw of this TV show. Here we go. It's only short. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Three
Good.
rings for the elven kings under the sky. 7 for the dwarf lords in their halls of stone. 9 for mortal men doomed to die. 1 for the Dark Lord on his
Pretty
dark
good.
throne
That's good.
in the land of Mordor, where the shadows lie.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Hey, looks good. Hey,
Attention
Well,
to detail,
right,
making that little
Yeah.
nameplate.
apparently
There
that
you have
was
it.
all CGI. That was all. A lot of it
That was going to be my question: is do you think that was real or do you think it was CGI?
it was practical.
It looks CGI. This is the weird thing.
Oh,
I don't
thought
know
it
what
was
they did.
CGI. Yeah.
It looks CGI, so you would be forgiven for thinking that.
Yeah.
However, in reality, all of that was real.
Oh, nice.
Carved out of wood with
Yeah.
all the cameras all zoomed in, macro
That's
lens.
a good
they did.
tone.
I enjoyed the voiceover again.
Yes.
Yeah, it was
Like
good.
they're going. I liked the idea when I heard this. So this came out at Comic Con, I think. It was the reveal was like, oh, they've released the first thing to hint at something. And I remember being like, oh, what's this then? And being super disappointed. Like we literally learned nothing. All we learned was okay, it's going to be based around the time of, I guess, the first set.
Whenever the rings
rings.
were forged, yeah.
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 So
It's
which
kind
is
of
interesting. I think
losing
okay.
the name, I guess. But
Yes, exactly. That's what I mean. It's only the voiceover that gives you an idea of what it's about at all. But I was very much like, oh, we're not getting any more. You're gonna give us something.
It's a teaser. It's there to whet your
Yeah.
appetite. That's it.
literally, I mean, that was like the very first thing. I see what you don't just want to dump everything. You want to warm people up.
This
So
is good. This is good. I like
I was on board with it. I was like, yeah, you know what, this is
Yeah.
fine. I'm
Ooh.
cool. They're clearly as like everybody thought it was some CGI shit. They all thought it terrible, but then later they did like a behind the scenes video of that where they show how he did it, and I was
Oh,
like,
wow.
oh, okay, it's a good effort.
I do think also you've got in the background the music is similar to what we've had in the films. One of the things I loved about the films is it Howard Shaw's? Yeah, I love the music. I bought the soundtrack, so it has that element. That I don't know if they've used the same music, but what
They'll
they
go
used
for
in
the same feel. I think
I'm hoping so. So that made me go,
that'd be
okay.
stupid to try and do something else.
Let's see.
Okay, so on to the next one then. So you're gonna have to bear with me. Share screen, Chrome tab. Am I the right one? Yep. Here we go. So I think this is the first teaser. Yeah, this is the teaser.
Haven't you ever wondered what else is out there? There's wonders in this world beyond our wandering. I can feel it.
There you go. And
There's a
So,
lot
yeah.
in that one.
I actually thought again. I went, oh, this is good. They've not spoiled any of the storyline. We have no idea what their actually the plot points are, but they've shown there's going to be some beasts. There's going to be different, like whether we're going to see some hobbits or different races in there. We're going to see. There's quite a few bits of kind of battle and this, that, and the other, and things being smashed. It kind of made me go, okay. There's some good, hopeful bits.
The production
here.
values look
Good.
very good. Yeah, the sets and the city scenes and the costumes and that sort of shit looked like Amazon spent a shitload of money, which I think that they have. But like I said, it doesn't really tell you anything about what it's going to be about. You don't know fuck all from that.
I mean, you can just look at the visuals. The visuals look great.
Yeah.
Obviously it's huge CGI budget and all the rest of it, but you go, all right, no, there's some it's kind of movie caliber stuff going on there. You go, all right, that looks good. Yeah, I'd watch the shit out of that. I mean, it's not my thing, but go on. Yeah.
Oh yes, but
Yes.
again at this point you go, okay.
Yeah, okay, all right. So far they've not fucked it up. I'll go for it.
All right, well, let's go into the next
Yeah.
one. Then.
So I think this is we've got another. This is the one that came out.
This is just like a 15-second sneak.
Oh no, I haven't seen this. Okay.
So you wanted to go through all the stuff, so this is the next thing that came out. So. Yeah. Is that it?
Oh,
Okay, I was going to say I hadn't seen that. So something to do with a star, some kind of shooting star, or
Yeah, there was a shooting star coming down. And
I'm
then
guessing
we're
that's going to be
looking at
something that must be plot. That must be something to do with what the kickoff of the plot. I'm guessing, which is why it's being called the sneak peek. But I hadn't seen that before. Obviously, not really much there to talk about. It's just
not much there.
preparing us for what's coming on.
Didn't they actually film a pilot that was cancelled for this?
No, that's Game of Thrones.
Was it Game of Thrones?
They did
Sure.
do, they fully shot a pilot of Game of Thrones, and the only scene that was kept was the one with
see,
Tyrion,
That white woman was in it. The one
Tyrion
from
and Roz.
King Kong.
Yeah.
Oh, is that right?
As in she was, so one scene, the only one that stays. So if you watch it, you'll see Tyrion's got this like straight, really bleach blonde hair in that scene because they shot it like ages before they actually did the later one. So then when he's talking to other people later in the episode, his hair's curly and wavy and not as blonde because they then shot it again when they reshot everyone else's scenes and recast.
So that had Naomi Watts in it.
That's it, Naomi Watts. Yeah, she was in it.
She was originally in it.
Yeah. I just said that. The woman from King Kong.
Yeah, the King Kong woman.
I don't remember who was in King Kong. Have I actually seen King Kong? Probably.
It wasn't that good.
Yeah, I think I've just forgotten about it. Did I have Jack Black in or someone?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so I do remember.
Oh, yeah, it was.
So you're going, what's
That was, funny enough, on topic, that was Peter Jackson. Peter Jackson's
lovely.
King Kong.
There you go. Links. It's smooth.
We've come full circle.
Like a ring.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, the dog didn't like that joke. She did not like that joke.
Shut up with the dad joke.
So your dog doesn't like your jokes. But
Apparently.
dogs eat their own poo, you know that. I still didn't like your jokes.
Shut down on everything.
Dog shit is better than your jokes, man. All right.
Man, that's shitty.
I think the next one is a proper trailer. So.
Okay, this is a 2-minute one or 2.5.
Got it.
Here we go. It's a minute. Lenny
Henry.
Oi. Awesome protein.
No, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, I was gonna say I hadn't actually seen that one, but do you know what I really like about that?
Oh, still going.
Oh,
Okay.
New teaser.
yeah. What I really liked about that is it's a nice way of showing all the characters that we're gonna have in the show, kind of linked because they're all seeing the same thing going over. So even though they're all in different places across Middle Earth.
Did you notice the white chick and the black dude have a forbidden romance?
Is that a like what?
In it, there's a white dude and a white chick and a black dude,
Right.
and they almost touched hands, and then they kind of separated a little bit.
I didn't notice.
That's definitely a thing. I picked
So
up
there,
on
I was
that.
going to say this is preemptive
Carlos,
of a romance.
Do you now realize who Galadriel is? Where have we seen her lately? Come on, man. Front and center, she was on there. Front and center.
She's really familiar. Like I said, when
Yeah,
I
because
watched
we've very recently seen her in something. I'll give you a clue. You saw her ass. Show me her ass.
What?
Yeah, that's a game, man. No, you saw her ass in the thing that we saw recently.
That's a clue. Oh my goodness.
This might get the views of people think we're talking about Galadriel's ass.
It's like this is where we've descended very quickly. This is terrible.
Solanke is googling it.
I really should. He told me I wasn't allowed to Google it. I'm like,
Yeah, but he's cheating. Do you want another clue? Although if I give you this clue, it's going to give it away.
you probably will.
She plays a religious person.
That's a goodness me.
For those of you on YouTube who are watching this, we apologise. It's going to be 2 minutes of you scratching your head.
Yeah, you might as well just.
She
put me on
plays
my-
a carer or a nurse, a religious carer nurse. Oh my days.
Why am I struggling?
Okay, she sets herself on fire at the end. Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's fucked up, yeah.
You remember it now, right? He still doesn't remember. How many TV shows or movies have you seen where people set fire to themselves? Oh my god.
Why am I struggling?
These religious extremist zealots. I'm sorry for the listeners. Yeah, sorry for the listeners. What was it called? Saint Maud. Was it Saint Maud?
Oh my goodness! No way.
It was Saint Maud, wasn't it?
Yes,
Yes,
I have
Maud.
seen it. Oh my god! No,
We've
I would
seen
never
it recently.
Yeah.
Oh,
I wouldn't have thought that was that recently, but absolutely.
she plays a religious nurse and she kills herself at the end. How can you not put that together?
Goodness me! Yeah, I
She's
mean,
a crazy Welsh girl.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
she's
no, I
actually a
remember now. You
crazy
say
Welsh
the
girl.
film. I go, oh yes, I do remember.
That
That was
is
very
her.
bizarre. That's a very.
I'm
bizarre
pretty
film.
sure I mentioned it when we were watching it.
Oh, that she'd been cast.
That she was Galadriel.
Ah,
Yeah.
see. Okay, I'd forgotten, but goodness me, that is.
There you go.
I wouldn't have got that.
Yeah,
honestly.
that
You're
was-
saying
that
give
was
it away.
Serious
All of
movie.
Sanjay's Mr. Skin followers. Go and watch Saint Maud.
You know, somebody just have a random goes at me. Yeah. What the, I was just sitting here.
We know what you're into.
You're like a yappy little dog. Yeah, no, don't worry about it. Dog is badly trained, that's all.
All right, this is the main. It says main teaser.
This is the 2.5 one.
How many flipping teasers? But okay, 2.5 minutes. So if you want me to pause it, just say.
There was a time when the world was so young. There had not yet been a sunrise. But even then, there was light.
Train on the sun.
Call to me, lands far away.
Elves have forests to protect. Dwarfs their mines. Men their fields of grain. But we Harfoots have each other.
For I must now wander this wandering day.
We're safe.
You have fought long enough, Galadriel. Put up your sword.
The enemy is still out there. The question now is where?
It is over.
You have not seen what I've seen.
I have seen my share.
You have not seen.
what I have seen.
Darkness will march over the face of the earth. It will be the end, not just of our people, but all peoples.
I am sorry, but their time has come.
The past is with us all. The past is dead. We either move forward or we die with it.
This could be the beginning of a new era.
Yeah, you gotta have a lot of walking if you've got something to Lord of the Rings. So what do you think, Blake? You've not seen this before.
It looked,
Again,
it looked okay, didn't it? It looked kind of a bit of a movie spectacular. It was all in there. There's a lot of people looking up at the sky, kind of doing this.
Yeah, they keep cutting that. They have done that thing where they've picked a few lines that are almost written as trailer lines, where they've said, "Quick."
When they look up, they should make them go "Huh?" like that. It would make it better, wouldn't it?
Apparently, this dude right here. Have you seen this dude?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that
this dude is Sauron.
Did you just spoil that?
It's not a spoiler. This is what people are saying in it.
So they think you're saying that they think
the
this
theory.
is the guy who's
Apparently,
going to become...
this guy is what people are. This is one of the main, I don't know, theories or whatever you want to call it. Speculation is that this dude is Sauron.
Oh, I don't know. Don't know. Doesn't look like Sauron. He's got two eyes, hasn't he? Hey?
He doesn't look like a giant hulking dude in black armor and shit.
No, it's true. I thought Sauron had some backstory, but they haven't made it up.
He was like 8-9 foot tall.
Yeah.
The thing
which
which everybody
magic,
was
though, isn't
watching, this guy is meant to be when Gandalf comes to the. That's what the theory is, that this guy is the dude who eventually becomes Gandalf. But it's hard to say. These guys, they can't call them hobbits because they don't have the rights.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Some shit like that.
Yeah.
So that's why
they call them halflings, or
they call them hardfoots instead.
I thought you were allowed to call them halflings. Is that also like, okay, maybe that's because they use that in Lord of the Rings. So that's what I thought. The only thing that I thought from this one is, again, it still actually looks all right. It still doesn't give really anything about the storyline away. It says, okay, the stakes are high, and it shows that we're clearly going to follow about 7 different main characters, because we keep seeing the same people, like her, and there's like the bloke with the bow and the elf, is it? We see her. We see there's
this dude. This dude is Elrond. Everyone knows that. So he's meant to be Elrond.
Yeah, we'll probably find that out very early.
He's Agent Smith talking to Galadriel. What do you think, Carlos? Do you approve of her as Galadriel?
I think she looks fine. I know she was very good in St. Maud, but I think
I'm not sure she's hot enough though.
You're a fan of Kate Blanchett then?
Who isn't a fan of?
Oh my god!
Kate Blanchett nailed it. Yeah, let's be honest.
Yeah, she is an incredible actress.
For those things you thought that this bitch is clearly a woodland elf. A woodland elf witch.
And very powerful.
Clearly, that's what I mean. Everything was absolutely nailed about her performance. So
we'll have to see. I mean, it's a hard thing to step up to be perfectly honest.
In this, let me just go back here. See her there. She drives a sword into the ground. They're making her out to be warrior Galadriel, which I'm not sure I quite go with. Doesn't he say your battle is over?
I think that's in the next one, yeah.
But this is like the budget version of the movies, all right? This is like the Asda Essentials version.
Yeah, and they'll have what?
Everything about it is going to be
Are they going to do 8 episodes?
No, the point I'm trying to get at is Galadriel that we know is a very sophisticated, elegant elf that lives in the forest and has got crazy supreme magical powers, right? And she has
like
a ring.
four-
She does have a
four
ring.
sides. Yeah, that's the thing. They
Yeah.
show at the beginning in the beginning of the
So
Lord of the
that's
Rings, they
what
show
she's like in Lord of the
holding
Rings. She's clearly like a high level badass, whereas in this they've made her into a warrior chick. I'm not sure why they would do that.
I guess they're just saying at this point in time that was what she was like in the past.
Well, yeah, I mean it does say here set thousands of years before
Yeah.
the events of the Hobbit, so
I thought she looked good for her age. I mean, 1,000 years old. She's still looking
thousands.
thousands. Yeah. So, I mean, it's a good question that you're making. That posing is.
I personally, if it was me, that's not what I would do with her. I wouldn't make her into a warrior. To a young, headstrong witch elf person, yeah, maybe. But I mean, she's wearing full armor. She's got a dirty, massive sword. Yeah, all right. Do you want to see anything else in this trailer? Anything else of note? I mean,
I think the difference is I'm not that bought into the kind of the lore of
Yeah,
it.
I was going to say that
really
was the thing
care.
I was going to bring that up. In that, so in terms of like the elements of magic we get in the actual Lord of the Rings, it's not actually overtly magical, even though it is. I know this sounds mad. Even though there's magic, it isn't loads of floaty corpses or whatever that is. It's almost like, are we going to be going to a bit more extreme, or is this going to be some kind of dream sequence of what might happen?
This looks like a dream vision.
Yeah, okay, that would be good. I hope they don't use, because if you think about how they actually
is this meant to be Sauron's eye
from the future? Yeah, exactly. From
on
like
the
what we
fortress tower of Barad-dûr or whatever it's called. Could be. It looks like. I mean, it's lit up right from the very top. You can't see it clearly, but then it's definitely illuminating about there, right? It's
I
interesting.
mean, that would make sense if it was, but yeah, that was the only thing I was a bit worried about. It's like, it looks cool.
It's a great shot,
but I
though.
was like, yeah, exactly. But I hope it's not them using someone actually, floating people away with magic and stuff, throwing them around like a psychic.
And again, great sets.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks.
fantastic. I like this
good.
as well.
They've
This
set up
scene with
each
the
of
giant
they've set up
tree,
each of the
all lit up.
locations really well, I think. And at this point, I was still very happy with the use of the music.
Yeah. They definitely took inspiration. Who's this dude?
Yeah, so I mean, it's going to be someone, unless he's that one. No, yeah, well, that's what I mean. I'm wondering how many characters we're going to get. So we're clearly, obviously, going to focus on a few people. It seems like not just.
It's
her,
going
or
to
at
jump
least-
around, yeah.
Yeah,
It's going to be Game of Thrones style,
I think, and then they'll all come together at the end, sort of thing, or at least
Yeah.
they'll be heading towards, crossing paths. So that's where I'm wondering if this guy is another one of the kind of 7 characters we're going to get.
We have 2 more left.
Oh, there's 2.
So this
I
is
thought that was it.
3 minutes. So this is the official trailer. So I don't think I've seen this one. I think I stopped watching them at this point. So 3 minutes of official trailer. So watch it closely.
We thought the war at last was ended.
Today, our days of peace begin.
We thought our joys would be unending. We thought our light would never dim.
The skies are strange.
It is here, Galadriel. The moment we feared.
The Tree of
Evil does
Gondor.
not sleep. It waits.
Beyond the darkness, tempting shadow to bury us all beneath the mountain.
He has not one name, but many.
If you heard of him, lad, if you heard of Sauron,
If the evil rising is left unchecked, it will take us all. Find the light, and the shadow will not find you. Together we can survive this! Fight with me.
Each of us must decide who we shall be.
There can be no trust between hammer and rock. Eventually, one or the other must surely break.
All walks is.
You have been told many lies of Middle-earth.
I mean, yeah.
Balrog. I think that was it. I think that's the first one we actually see a lot of the dark parts, because up till now we've just seen like who we think will be the characters we're following. We don't know if they're going to be good or bad necessarily, but this one goes, okay, here's the darkness, here's the bad, someone who's a villain. This is some of the darker elements in the show. It hints a bit more at the storyline at the beginning.
But do you not think just putting the Balrog in there is just a little bit of
on the nose.
Nostalgia bait?
I was going to say, I don't see how they'd use the whole point of the Balrog. It was very, very specific to Gandalf. It's bizarre to have it in. But
it's just, I think it's just one of those to get the Lord of the Rings fans to cream themselves.
go, ooh, Balrog.
Oh my god!
So, what do you guys think of Lenny Henry then?
I mean, he's a joke, right? Well, they could have picked so many better people that put this lame duck comedian in there.
So there's a guy. Yeah, I mean he was a well-respected comedian. Not,
done some
not
acting.
Was he well respected? Was he well respected?
Oh yeah, during the what was it, the late 80s, early 90s, Lenny Henry show. He was on telly, mate. He was on telly.
Yeah, in the 90s.
Now he's doing the Premier Inn thing. I think he's done a bit of telly, but he's not a high-end actor. Sorry, mate. Sorry.
Yeah, I think worldwide they ain't gonna know who he is.
No, that's what I was just about
Everybody
to say.
in
Probably
England is
just any Russell, you know.
There he is.
In England,
There he is.
He's not a serious stage performer, is he?
Actor.
I'm sorry, but his wig and stuff looks a bit shady.
That's just his.
That's actually.
Do you think he's got ears like that? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, he's specific.
People from Dudley don't look like that. Sorry.
It's funny. He was actually at my mum's school. My mum went to school with him.
Wow.
Story. That was her claim to fame.
Blimey.
Went to school with Lenny Henry, didn't I? Yeah. What else is there of note in here? Well, I know that obviously this is the first time they've started talking about Sauron.
We see. I was just going to say, you just. You obviously see his. You see Saruman's. His seeing, all-seeing. What is it?
It's Palantir.
So it is the name. Yeah.
A Palantir is a dangerous tool, Carlos Cologians. We don't know who's watching the other side.
So, yeah, that's. I like seeing it. Again, you don't really know necessarily the plot.
Who is this Slim Shady?
Oh, yeah, good. Yes.
Like Eminem blowing dust on people. Did we also see the Nazgul's sword? Is it one of the Nazgul's sword? The one that
it looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah, I was going to say that. I quite like that effect. Pretty cool. I mean, this is just your standard horror.
Yeah, this bit
like
when it starts growing.
It's almost like it's growing out of like.
It looks like a Nazgul blade.
Isn't it only? Oh, I forget the theory of it. Yeah, that's it. So I can't remember whether they're the only ones who can wield them, or whether it only comes in the dark. I forget all the history of it.
He doesn't look like an immortal death king. some little kid.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. It just seems like some kids found it.
Yeah,
It's
this
supposed-
dude. That's meant to be
supposed have
Sauron.
been the Nazgul are the nine men who had the rings, right?
Yeah.
Who've been, the powers corrupted them or whatever, and then they've passed away, and that's them.
So what the conspiracy theorists are saying is that
They think this is
they've
gonna be-
purposefully made the white dude the bad guy.
As opposed to what? They weren't going to put any person of color in there, were they?
Yeah, so it could have been Idris Elba. You would have done well. I mean, you would have performed
Can't
it.
do
Could have been Lenny Henry.
Sanjay Solanki, Sauron.
I would have done that shit, mate. I'd have been a proper Sauron.
You would have gone, let's sci-fi this thing up. That's too much fantasy going on. Let's get some
She's meant to be
sci-fi.
the queen of all the free men or something.
I was just about to say, well, the tree's in bloom. If you said that was going to be the true Gondor, so obviously there's a rightful ruler in Gondor.
Yeah, here she is, or here he is.
They're clearly some sort of, I would imagine,
Slim Shady,
antagonist.
doing some
Yeah,
magic.
yeah, Eminem causing trouble. And then it looks like he's almost being grabbed by Ents or something, or just some kind of. And we see an orc in this one finally. So you go, oh, okay.
There were Ents in one of the trailers. I think
Yes, there was one where it flew over.
To the fake hobbits. Yeah, I don't think he was in this one. So,
But
yeah,
again,
there you
nothing to
go.
do with the direct narrative yet, really. It's I think there's one left, if you're saying, and that's the one that
There's
I think
one
gives a
left,
little bit-
which
this
I
is the one that
definitely haven't
gives-
seen.
Right, this
Yeah.
one gives a bit more away.
Does it? All right.
At least on the focused, like what they're going to focus on, how it's going to be set up. And up till now, as I say, I've been very happy with the music they've used in the trailer.
Music's been good. I've liked the sets and the cinematography looks very, very Lord of the
Mhm.
Rings.
Is this the very last one then?
This is the last one.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
My brother gave his life hunting the enemy. His task is now mine.
Speak your truth. You already know.
Stand with me. Ours was no chance meeting.
Search your mind.
Not fate,
It's written in gold.
nor destiny. Ours was the work of something greater.
Don't say no. Take it out, forward out. And we'll take the right way. So still it's
Each of us, every one, must decide who we shall be.
still your mind.
I am not the hero you seek.
Oceans below.
Whatever it was you did, be free of it.
One day this will be your kingdom.
Raise your sail. And then let go.
Choose not the path of fear, but that of faith.
One thing we can do, better than any creature in all Middle Earth, we stay true to each other with our hearts even bigger than our feet.
We can survive this. You and I.
Commander! Wait! No! We keep moving!
Why do you keep fighting?
There is a tempest in me.
You have fought long enough, Galadriel. Put up your sword.
Without it, what am I to be?
So, to me, I was like, really? I thought that was the weakest one, and I think a huge
The
part
music
of it,
was
I-
terrible.
It's like it makes it like some kind of teen drama.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, no.
There's no actual story in it. It's just little kind of one-liner, little speechy bits.
Well, her brother dies, and that kicks
Yeah,
her
that's
off
what it
on
is.
some
It clearly
mission.
sets.
So that's
her on
that's
her
the
path.
first time she's mentioned that.
And then what?
And then stuff happens. She goes on a quest,
Yeah.
and she's trying to recruit people to her quest.
Yes, this is why it's hinting, and there's like characters who are clearly going to be bigger. There's the guy who's a dwarf. Sounds like he's like next in line for the throne, and they're implying that there's something that someone's done in the past. The guy who everyone thinks is the guy who looks shifty.
That's
You
the
think
king.
it's
That's
Sauron.
his wife.
So there's a bunch of
Black
stuff
Dwarf
that's
Queen.
hinted in this more than in the others. But I watched this and went, oh god. I think
Who's this dude then? This guy looks like a dwarf as well.
But that could be the current king.
Yeah, maybe he looks.
Maybe
Yeah,
because they say you will inherit. Yeah, exactly. They said you will be the next. The guy who's going off maybe is his son. Because they must have. Maybe I don't even know if it's going to be in Moria. It might not be in Moria. It might be somewhere else. But this one made me go, oh god, no. Again, maybe it's just the music, but the way it was.
This guy is this guy meant to be Gandalf? I wonder.
I don't get why they need to do this, but I mean,
They got tied all
bring
up
in new
somehow.
characters. I would have. You think? I think they're just using
In
new
one
characters.
nice, neat package. They've already got Sauron in there. They might as well bring Gandalf. They've got Galadriel. They've got Elrond.
Obviously, they can only be the characters.
They got the
that,
Balrog.
Can survive, but still get a lot of the other bits. But it's almost put together in a way that you go, okay, now I kind of see when they happen. Whereas before, we didn't really get where we start and where we're going. He does look shady, doesn't he?
Again, I'm getting like Game of Thrones wannabe vibes.
I got when I heard this with the music, I got very worried and went, oh god. Because up till now I've been going, okay, it's been looking good, and they're going to stay true, and the music sounded good, and then.
I don't know where they thought they were going with this trailer. Because trailers should be pretty well thought out, but this kind of didn't give away much of the story, which is good.
I think it's the weakest one. I think the only reason they've done it is they wanted to drop it so people were talking about it again just before the series premiered. I think. To me, this is the worst one. Has made me go, oh, the show might not.
It didn't have. It had less Lord of the Rings vibes about it. Yeah. If not least like Lord of the Rings.
We see. Obviously, maybe it helped.
It felt more like a poor Game of Thrones knockoff.
It doesn't help that we've seen a lot of the scenes they showed again. So
yeah,
it's
and
not
they're
new.
reusing bits and pieces.
So you go, why are we? Yeah, it's like saying, like what?
I think in about 3 or 4 of the trailers, Collis, there was the Black Queen looking up at the sky. They use that same shot 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, and I get that they don't. I don't mind if you don't want to give too much away about the plot, and then we'll come in and be fresh and go, oh, we didn't expect that to go that way. Fine, but when you then do start giving plot details and saying, well, this is how it's going to come together, I'm starting to go, is it just going to be Galadriel, like you said, traveling from place to place, kind of picking people up on the way, and that it's not going to be seeing people. I don't know.
It's like the Warrior's Quest, isn't it? If you ever did
Ian
Livingstone stuff, there's always like, you are the warrior and you're going on a quest. You meet this person, you engage this enemy, and then you learn this skill, you pick up this item. And then slowly and surely you end up at the magical fortress, which is guarded by the werewolves.
So my worry is, it sounds like that might be kind of what this show could be, and it depends then, I guess, whether Galadriel, the actress,
I do think that it's not a 1-season thing,
which is interesting. I mean, they spent a lot of money. It'd be weird to just think it's a one-off, it's a one-shot.
I think
They
it's
clearly
either 4 or 5 seasons.
I think I asked this earlier. Did they say how many episodes?
5 seasons.
So it is. They planned it out for 5. I mean, that's good because I hate them doing.
They've got a story for 5 seasons.
Okay, I hate them doing.
They've paid out for 5. I think they've shot them. I think
Wow.
they've shot all 5.
How many episodes per season?
That's what I want to know, like, because it'd be useful to.
It'll be short seasons, but
Is it 6, 8, 10? It might stay on IMDb.
Third season will have 8 episodes.
Okay. So they may actually keep the quality quite high if they're kind of putting a lot of story in, but giving us time. It's not going to be. We'll see whether it's rushed, but
Apparently, the total cost has been over $1 billion.
so it'll be interesting. It will be interesting to know.
5 seasons worth of TV.
Fuck's sake.
$1 billion.
honestly,
Well,
they fucked up. They fucked up.
You
They
reckon?
fucked up.
Why?
Okay, because this is not exactly going to be like a Squid Game or a Game of Thrones. Even Game of Thrones wasn't Game of Thrones by the end of it, right? It's not going to be a phenomenon. It's just not going to be that. Those are the types of things that just come out of outer space.
Yeah, you
and
don't
land
know
on your head, and they're fucking amazing. This has been so hyped up, and it's not going to appeal to these hardcore Tolkienists because they're just going to hate on it. The middle of the ground people, I think it's going to be win or fail with those. Honestly, that's going to be a real roll of the dice. Casual viewers like me, I'll watch the shit out of it because it looks cool, but I'm not going to go out my way to watch it. I didn't even watch the fucking movies in the cinema. So it's kind of you guys who you say you're not hardcore Tolkien fans. You're the ones that are going to pretty much make or break this because you like the movies a lot. But if they fuck up even a little bit, game over.
Well, they can't pull the plug. I guess what they've said is if we're going to pay for the sets, if we're going to pay for the outfits, costumes, weapons, all that stuff, you may as well. Do you know what I mean? Rather than and having a plan, which I do like them having a plan and an arc. I hate it when they do a season and then go, oh, really? The people really liked it. Let's make up another one. I know that's what writing is.
So I'm glad that they've mapped out 5 seasons and there's
when people
a story
tag
and
stuff
that they're going to tell over 5 seasons. I think
If they've spent $1 billion on this, they have to make 2 or 3 billion to make it worthwhile. I don't know.
No, but this is the question: how do they make their money on this? This is going free on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, subscribers. So it's a subscription model, isn't it?
It's trying to keep.
How can they make any money out?
Are people going to suddenly take up a Prime subscription just so they can watch Rings of Power? No. I mean, the TV stuff is like a bonus add-on for having free delivery. Do you know what I mean?
It certainly used to be. Yeah.
How many people do you know that have said that they've signed up to Prime so they can watch the TV that's on there? Nobody.
Well, I think that's the whole point. I think this is... if you consider that they're not good, they don't want to make any profit out of this. They're trying to turn Amazon Prime, which is the delivery service with some telly, to Amazon Prime, the TV service that happens to do a bit of delivery. Yeah. Mm-hmm. If they can do that, then they're trying to take on Netflix and Disney and all those, aren't they?
Yeah, and they're trying to do that. It seems like down the fantasy routes. They've got a few of their own other shows, but nothing's been like you said. It's like you never know what's going to be the next zeitgeist.
Yeah, like every now and again they drop a decent movie, which is half worth watching.
Wasn't Moonfall on there? I know. I appreciated that Moonfall.
Yeah, Moonfall was on there, but again, that was just a movie that they
bought the rights to show.
Yeah.
But
they didn't make Moonfall; they just bought the rights to show it, like Netflix does.
At the same time, aren't they going to have I presume there'll be loads of merchandise and things and gear you can buy and replicas, and if it actually gets
but this thing, people will only buy that shit if it's good.
If it's good, yeah. Or at least they'd only make it to sell if it's widespread. It is a gamble, and they know that it's something people already love. That's what they, no one wants to take a gamble anymore unless it's already an existing property or a sequel or
just to whet your appetite. I've got something that might remind you of the good times. This is one of my favorite scenes. Funny enough, in The Hobbit, I've just skipped to it, so you can enjoy this for a minute or so. This is great.
Yes, Alan. Bukan. You have no power here, servant of mortal God. You are nameless.
Ah, there you go.
What the fuck happened there? Fuck me.
How fucking good was that? Do you
was
know,
amazing.
compare that to the shit that we just watched. That was
sorry,
proper fantasy.
she didn't look hot there at all. I'm just saying.
Well, yeah, that's when she went full fucking batshit crazy witch mode.
Bloody hell. I have no idea what's going on there. Fucking
Do you remember that?
For fuck's sake. Oh, I don't remember.
He's only watched the film once. He's saying.
No, they look stupid.
Maybe I should have watched
the school movie, honestly. Fuck's sake.
There is more to
Carlos,
this.
he's dead. Is he fallen over? Dead. What happened to him? Carlos, you're being sick. You're alright.
No, dog's here. Sorry. Just attending, so I'm giving her.
I love that
Not
scene in
any
the
closer.
movies in the cinema. It's great.
Yeah. That's the thing. She is fantastic. Galadriel's fantastic in it. So, you know, like we just said, I'm gonna watch it and see what we think. Give it a chance at least, rather than assuming it's going to be awful. But still pretty nervous. Got to say, I am pretty nervous that it's going to be rubbish. Again, previous trailers made me go, okay, this might be good, and we'll see what the music's like when they start and whether it feels right, whether it's got the right feel. But as you say, Sanchez saying it's a big.
I think the instant that they do the on the nose female empowerment shit, that's gonna turn me off. Like, Galadriel, you're just a young girl. You shouldn't be doing this sort of stuff.
Yeah, but that didn't put you off Prey, did it? Because they literally said, "Oh yeah."
It did. I told you that was the thing that I didn't like about the film, that they put
You
that
still
stuff
liked
in.
it. You
But
still
they
liked
shouldn't
it.
have put it in
You
there.
gave it like a 6 out of 10 instead of a 7 out of 10 or whatever.
Yeah. So it was entertaining, but I would never rate it as highly as you did, because I was like, oh, yeah, didn't need
You just
any
don't like empowered women. That's your problem. Okay, my friend TJ is single because he doesn't like empowered women.
Misogynist. Oh my god.
I say it as I see it. I say it as I see it.
You don't want me to say live on air what you like, what you think about it. You don't want me to go there.
You do it, I'll sue.
Plausible
Deformation of character. I think the problem, I suppose, that you're probably trying to hint at is I mean, in the way they do this in shows, jokes aside, is that if it's really clumsily and obviously done, and you know, you don't mind watching a kind of coming of age or something like that, but when it's really like, this is the point we're making, look, it's about this, that it's like it's rubbing in your face.
And I get that vibe with Galadriel and the Black Queen of the Free Men, and to a lesser extent the Hobbits and the Dwarf Queen, but we'll see how he finds
again.
it.
It depends.
Like I said, I'll give it the chance.
It depends how they handle the characters. When we've seen it before with with characters in particular roles, female characters in roles where that's still the plot point, but it's maybe not saying it. It's not done in a way that I suppose you're saying that sometimes you feel detracts from everything else.
Yeah,
I think there's a lack of consistency in the trailers. I've seen some really good, not just necessarily individual trailers, but where they kind of map out some expectations for the viewers. But these were kind of all over the place. Really were, especially the last one.
Let's put some.
In one of the earlier ones, they did it quite well with the asteroid shooting star.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
All these characters, they're all separate. They're in different places.
They're all talking about what's happening.
Yeah.
And this thing comes and lands overhead. I mean, that's okay, cool.
But that's a fair point that you're saying about like trying to plot out things. Like, what are you trying to tell? And it seemed more like this is those films that you used to get where a comedy, but they put all the good jokes in the trailer. So when you go to the film, it's not actually that funny because you've seen all the jokes in the trailer. Or like an action film where they've shown the explosion and shown the car crash and shown it. So it's like, oh, these are really good bits, but actually the film's not great. The worry is that they're throwing some of these bits and going, well, it looks really cool in a trailer, without really telling them anything, and it just gives them go, oh yeah, I really kind of want to go. I like the feel of this. I'm going to go watch it, and it's a letdown if that's not what it is. And this doesn't give you, again, don't mind not spoiling things. We've talked about the original Alien trailer and how that's one of the best ever.
Yeah.
that tells you nothing. It just gives you the sense and the eeriness and the feel. So I don't mind that, depending on what the choices are. This has gone down the route of showing a lot of bombastic stuff and characters, and like you said, snippets of lines that are almost lines to be in a trailer. So I do,
they're nice little lines you'd get in a magazine or something. I don't know. The little phrasey things to make you feel good. You'd probably get it in Fortune Cookie, It doesn't do anything for me. I'd watch it. I'd watch shit out of it, probably. But I might even watch it whilst doing something else. Let's put it that way. Is it worth $1 billion? Nah, fuck.
Out of interest,
right off.
Did either of you watch Wheel of Time, which was the last big fantasy book to screen thing that Amazon did?
Well, didn't Amazon make that as well?
That's why I'm bringing it up, because
they got rinsed for that as well, didn't they?
So it was.
I'm sure they got rinsed.
Yeah,
it
was shaky.
Complain
there was a lot.
They changed it significantly.
There's things that there's significant things they mod. You wonder why you want to do something and put it on screen and change it so much. You think if you're going to do something that you think has got a guaranteed audience and you think it's a good story already, why do you change so much to the detriment of what it is? I get when you have to change something to put it on screen. Some things you can't visualize as well as when you're reading. That was one that had this flaw where a few of the things they changed were just bad. They still had some nice elements and did some bits really well, but some of it, because of what they chose and the decisions they made, and if I don't know if it's the same people making it, because I think they've made a season 2, so it probably isn't, because those people are still probably going to be there. My worry is if that was like the not the cookie cutter, but like the thing to say this is what we're aiming to do, and they're going to do this again. I'm even more worried because I had read those books, and at least the first, I think I've only done the first 3 or something. It's like a 12-book series or something, but I felt there was it disappointed as much as some of the scenes were amazing.
A lot of people complain because they said it was a terrible adaptation, and you always run that risk with adaptations, is that unless it's going to achieve all the mental imagery that all the readers have concocted from reading it, which you're obviously never going to be able to do. There's going to be people that are disappointed, but you're dealing with geeks. And geeks are vocal on the internet, and they're good at being vocal on the internet. Do you know what I mean?
Yes,
that's what I mean. That there is an army of Tolkien fans who are ripping this apart.
Well, sometimes though that isn't actually the groundswell. People actually still generally like something, but because online there's a small group of people who hate something, it makes it seem like everyone does, and then you find out actually it got 7.2 on IMDb or something. And one thing you didn't mention actually, TJ, is that you didn't say something about the it's not actually based on any specific book or any specific short stories.
Yeah,
I thought something like that. I didn't know what
this
was
based on. Okay, you're gonna look up. I don't know what this is based
I thought it was
on.
some unreleased material or something like that. I thought it wasn't the main material that Tolkien produced. It was either like an unreleased short story or something.
So as long as it's true to...
Yeah, look at all my days, bro. Just have a look at this. Share screen.
So as long as it's true to the world, I guess. And the characters they want to reuse.
So this is on YouTube. On the last trailer. Yeah, came out 2 days ago. So if you look at the comments, when Galadriel pulled out her lightsaber and said Wakanda forever, shivers of my spine. Tolkien couldn't remember anything better. And you got the scene where Elrond says, "Hasta la vista, baby," gave me goosebumps. Tolkien was a genius. The moment Frodo said, "Life is like a box of chocolates," brilliant writing by Tolkien. Nothing screams Tolkien like modern music.
Oof, there we go.
Yeah. Fair point.
The moment Sauron says, "Give me Game of Thrones." It's just one after another of people ripping into it.
I mean, that's a really good point, because Tolkien did not write this.
Yeah, they're saying it's going to have been the script, whatever you're doing, even the story. I mean, even plotting.
You like this one, Slanky? When Elrond said, "Hey, Galadriel, have you been mistaken for a man?" Galadriel answered, "No. Have you?
Have you?"
Such brilliant writing. Even Tolkien himself could have been ashamed. I mean, I have to like that. That's pretty good. Look, it just goes on and on. Look, the time Galadriel says "on your left."
Oh no! Yeah.
That's not a knife. This is a knife. Put some shit on the Barbie. What the fuck? People are ripping into it. These are all geeks and nerds, aren't they? Not
To be
taking
fair, it's
any
partly
shit.
because of the ones that have started it off. Everyone decided to join the
Yeah, it would have started off when the people
train.
just joined in. This is the internet in full flow.
When Galadriel looks over her shoulder, she says, "Get to the chopper." My days.
There we go.
So hang on. So when the actual first episode is the 3rd of September.
The second.
Yeah, you said you were second, right?
2nd of
Next,
September.
next Friday.
Next Friday. Yes. Okay. Which means we'll get together and we're not going to do a live thing, are we?
No.
No.
Watch it in your spare time, and then we'll come on. But I think it's on Prime. I should be able to just watch it on the computer as well, so we can go through it slowly and discuss various bits and pieces, aspects of the show.
Sounds good.
And to our 1 subscribers, probably my sister, like and subscribe.
Again.
Like and subscribe again.
We've got 5 subscribers now. 5. Count them.
5. Who are they?
I don't know.
Can you not get their name?
Those are our favourite people. That's who they are.
I can have a look. Let me see. Your channel.
This is new. We're reviewing the page live.
Reviewing our own page.
Reviewing.
Oh, and the comments are exactly the same as the ones we just saw below that video.
I'm going to create an account for my mum, and she's going to subscribe as well. So that'll be 6. All right.
Have you been sharing this with your friends?
Who? KK or me?
Both of them.
I thought you just meant I'm your only friend.
Yeah. No. Even Dan Oldman met him at work today. He said, "What's your page called? Tej Talks, the property channel." It's really fucking annoying. So, not the property channel.
We're talking houses.
I hate that church. Oi, if you're the other Tej Talks, fuck you.
Yeah, I mean, steal that stuff knowing that we were going to choose this.
The problem is, I could change it to the Lord of Death, but then I can't do stuff on this channel, and I wanted to start doing stuff. I could just do it as a Lords of Death video by myself. That's fine, I guess. I'm writing a video right now about MCU Phase 4. So that's going to be my first official video I'm going to drop.
Fantastic. Do you know when it might come? When it might be released?
Hopefully soon.
Yeah? Still
no, it's one of those ones you just have to... Don't say that! Yeah, you just have to get on the roll and get in the zone of doing it. I don't want to say I've been lazy, but I've been doing other stuff as well. So, yeah.
Stay on target.
Stay on target.
Stop. Right. What are we doing now?
So yeah, just an end. Your general thoughts. What are you feeling about the show, Carlos?
I'm pretty worried now, I have to say. I was, like I said, I always thought it's classic when you know something is tagged on to something that was successful. You're hopeful because you think, oh good, I'm going to get some more of something I really like. But I constantly am there going, they're probably not going to nail it. I mean, how often do they absolutely nail something perfectly when it's an existing property that everyone loves? It is so rare that I was like, it's probably not going to be that great, is it? So I'm pretty worried, but I'm looking forward to it.
Solanke?
Obviously, I'm just going to be a casual watcher anyway. If it's reasonable,
I'll be dragging you along.
The majority of people are casual watchers. Yeah,
I don't mind. I'll give it a watch. If it goes down the woke PC bullshit, I wouldn't be interested in watching it. The reason I'm watching it is because we're doing a show on it. So there you go. Boom.
Where am I? I think it looks fantastic. I think the sets look really great. The cinematography looks good. Like you said, the music hit all the right beats. Yeah, yeah. Weapons, clothes, special effects with $1 billion behind it. There's no excuse for it looking cheap.
It'll feel like you're in Middle Earth.
Tree fit it.
But
That's how
it's
trees fit.
worth it or not.
Tree
The
fit it.
characters and the story beats will line up. Like I said, it's 5 seasons. You're not really going to know how good it is until all
They're
5
gonna
seasons
stretch
are there.
that shit out, man. 5 seasons. It's
It's
gonna
going
be
to be
like
5 years worth. It's going to be every September for the next 5 years.
God, it's gonna be bad by the end of it. You know what I mean?
Ent's gonna like it.
I ain't gonna. I have no idea. No idea.
Oh.
Jesus Christ, that's bad.
Yeah, end it there. End it there.
Bloody hell. We've lost about 4 of our 5 subscribers now. One of those is me. That's me right there.
I'm just scrolling.
I'll do it live. Do it while we're still.
But I'll give it the chance. I'm going to watch it. A lot of people are going to be watching it. A lot of people will be talking about it. So,
I can't wait for the reviews to come out straight away. It's going to be crazy.
There'll be a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's sign off there. We'll be back in just over a week after the first episode to see what we made of it.
Okay. Love you. Bye-bye.
Pleasure.
Cheers. See you later, everybody.